Hey YouTube, it's Goddess, and I'm doing the Summer House Martha's Vineyard review season 1, episode 3, and this is they're still having the situation between Amir and Phil in each other's face, and Amir is ready to fight Phil. Amir told him to respect the house, told him to chill. They want Phil to leave. They broke up Silas basically broke up the fight, and they actually want him to go because he pissed a lot of people off. But then Jordan's trying to figure out what's going on. So she's speaking with Phil, trying to figure out what's going on, and he's still irritated with the fact that he's that's my room. It was supposed to be a note on the room. And then Jordan's okay, we understand, but there was no note on the room. And then he's cursing at her and stuff like that. And then he's you cute and everything. He's cursing at her, and she doesn't like the fact that he's cursing at her. And she starts to get real agitated, irritated with him, and she was telling him to chill. And she's trying to listen to him, and he's saying he did what he did and defecated in the bathroom because that was supposed to be his room. And like Jordan said, Bria didn't tell nobody that, so nobody knew. So what is up with you? Oh, they don't give a fuck, blah, blah. So he's getting all upset with her, and she's yo, you need to watch your mouth. So basically they got into it, and she got all irate. She's I don't give a damn who you think you are. And she started getting really mad and getting in his face. She said, I will wash you. And I'm just girl, you would not wash no grown man that is 6'7", and you would get your ass whooped. And if he would have smacked you in your face, Jordan, then you'd be crying and complaining. So girl, you wasn't finna wash no grown man. So I'm gonna need you really to stop doing. You wasn't finna wash nobody. Women think because they have loud mouth and they yell and scream that means that they could beat a man. She cannot beat up no guy, so she needs to chill out. She should have just walked away. As soon as he started the cursing, she didn't like it. She just walked away. There was no need for her to sit here and get in a whole argument with this dude about him cursing, because if he's from the North or East Coast, a lot of people curse, so cursing wasn't a big deal. I don't understand what she was getting irate and upset about. Didn't make no sense to me. But they were saying that Phil has to leave, and they decided to have a house meeting. It wasn't everybody there. Mariah and Phil were in the kitchen, and then Amir, Silas, Jasmine, Bria, Jordan, Nick, they were all, Amir, Preston, they were all downstairs and decided to have a meeting. And he has to go. He's irritated everybody, and people are very uncomfortable and don't want him here because of his energy and how he's acting. And then Bria's if you're going to kick him out, then Mariah got to go because Mariah pushed me or what have. So she's still on this push thing, and she's mad because, nobody's doing nothing to Mariah or what have in the situation. And she feels uncomfortable. So she basically was saying, so Bria got to tell him, and also Bria's basically saying, I'm very uncomfortable when I'm in the house, and other members of the house are saying that she basically hit her or what have you. So she has to go, and Jasmine feels away because she didn't see anything. She kind of missed it. She didn't see her hit her or nothing like that. So it's crazy. But, they all decide that she has to leave. So, and Bria's uncomfortable, so she has to leave. And then Mir knocked on the door of the bathroom. Next scene, and then in the next scene, basically Shawnee's comes out of the bathroom just in underwear without a top on, and then they're Preston and Amir both looking. She's oh, okay, well when I'm finished and I'm done, I'll come out. It was just oh girl, if you're taking a shower because someone knocks on the door, you shouldn't have came out. Why are you knocking on the door asking to use the bathroom? I am in there, obviously. That's common sense. I don't know why Amir was knocking on the door. If you knock on the door and the door is not open, obviously it's being used. So why are you knocking on the door? I didn't understand what his whole reason behind knocking on the door was for. I didn't get it. And then the whole thing with Phil being kicked out of the house, I didn't understand him irritate why they told him he had to leave. He was irritating people. At the same time, I felt they could have resolved it. Maybe he was drunk or something. They could have resolved it and left him there. But then I understand why people wanted to go because he's just getting into it. Everybody is irritating people, and they just decide he need to leave. But my whole thing is their rule was if you hit somebody, he didn't hit anybody. So why is he leaving if he hasn't touched anybody? I didn't understand that. And then the thing with my girl Mariah, they say she hit her before. What I saw, she mushed her a little bit and she threw the dog stuff at her. She didn't really exaggerate and stuff. And this is why I don't like her. She's so extra for no reason. I don't get it. And then it's they're going along with her for her comfort, and they're not thinking about how uncomfortable
Mariah could be, or how other people are uncomfortable in the house. They're worried about just how Bria feels, because Bria always got some problem every single week. She's in her attitude with everybody, and with people. In reference to that dog, like I said, I don't like Bria. Bria's an irritating person. She's very obnoxious and annoying. I don't like it. Like, she's very annoying, but they all made a decision without speaking to, letting Mariah speak or even get a chance to apologize, because she might have apologized for what happened, but they didn't give her a chance. So they had the discussion, all decided just to do it because, oh, they feel it's not fair and blah, blah, blah. So it was cool. So Bria speaks to Phil, goes upstairs, she speaks to Phil, and she let Phil know, you gotta go. And he said, that's crazy. Bria's you gotta go. It's been a whole decision of the house. You gotta go. So he said, I just got here. They like, it doesn't matter. You gotta go. So then basically they wait. Jazz was looking for Mariah, but she decided to go to bed and relax. And then the next day she talks to old girl. She tells you, I think last the night like she waited and then she told her she had to leave. And the next day, so the night of, she did kind of tell her, she found her what happened. And she just let her know that she has to go or what have, due to, the whole situation, the scenario with Bria, and she feels uncomfortable with the decision of the house. They said that she has to go. And, so she's like, I didn't expect that to happen or expect that. So it was pretty interesting. So when she's leaving, Amir comes and hugs her. He's like, I'm sorry, and she's like crying. Like, she just go home to her son and she's fine. That just leaving, and the person was asking like, how does she feel about that? And then she was like, she's not feeling it or whatever. She's kind of confused, but the decision was made. And then Mira felt like it wasn't cool that she was like.
It is what it is. So I'm like, I think that she should have stayed, and I feel like Bria should leave because I feel like Bria is a problem. She's the one that's annoying in the issue. I think she should have left. I think they should have put her out since she came in with that dog without permission. They shouldn't allow her to be there because she didn't ask and she just brought that dog without permission. She should have left the first day. Shouldn't have been allowed to stay in the house because why are you bringing your dog? Nobody else has no damn pets there. And then furthermore, you don't clean up after your pet. So what is up with that? So Mariah leaves, and then Mariah says, in reference to that, I'm just mourning my friendships with everyone, including Jasmine. So I guess she ain't gonna be talking to Jasmine no more. And she like, fuck Jasmine, because y'all had a discussion about me without me being around. You didn't allow me to say anything or say my piece or even speak for myself. And you just made a decision along with the people in the house to kick me out and tell me to leave. So there ain't nothing to say. So I guess her and Jasmine and her ain't gonna be friends, and I can understand being irritated too, because you didn't even allow me to apologize or say anything. I could have apologized, but I didn't get a chance to say anything. And furthermore, it's just like, I guess it got thrown out of proportion with the whole dog thing and everything with the towels. But I couldn't understand anybody being irritated by that. Like that the towels are in there, and she was just telling her to be careful of her stuff. So later in the episode, come to find out that actually this girl didn't put the towels with her stuff. It was actually Amir, because Amir was doing the cleaning, so he's the one who made a mistake. And then people in the house said, how come you didn't say anything? Oh, that was too far gone. And I'm like, no, it wasn't too far gone, Amir. You should have opened your mouth. As soon as she started saying something about the towels and you knew it was your shit, you should have opened your damn mouth. So they got into an argument because she's thinking it's her because it's her stuff, her dog stuff. So she's making the assumption. She should have just asked, but she assumed that it was her because it's her dog stuff. So if you were cleaning up and you put it in there, you should have opened your mouth so that it wouldn't have called, because at first they weren't arguing at first. So that was time for him to open his mouth and say something. I'm just like, seriously? That's the reason why he felt bad. He was hugging her in the end because he know he's wrong, but he didn't want to admit that was his fault. So I know she would have been tight, like, oh, so it was you, so why you didn't say nothing yet? That's crazy. So this episode was kind of, for the remainder of the episode, very dry. So they went to a beach or whatever, and then they had a relay race, kind of like different like team events. They split up in teams or what have, and then they were tied at the end. And then in the episode, Alex and Silas, Amir, and Nick were in a car when they were heading to the beach, and they were talking about our girl over here, Shawnee's. And the fact that Amir said he saw her topless and then Alex was looking some kind of way, and he's like, oh, he ain't really messing with her. And I'm just like, Alex is like really thinking he's all that. He's really not. Like, I can't stand when people don't like somebody and it's for no apparent reason, because they really didn't say the real reason why he doesn't like her, but he heard some things about her, so he don't want to be around her. But my whole thing is, you could hear whatever you want about somebody. You're in the house with her. Why you don't like her? Because you heard things about her. Who cares? Like, that's just, people spread rumors about people all the time about false truths. Things are not true, and you're believing stuff about her without even knowing her. And there's people that's around her that know her and know of her and know the stuff is not true, but you're making an assumption and you don't even know her yet. Alex, yeah, you need to stop. Oh, I meditate. So if you're a person about meditation, about chakras, about energy, how you gonna not like somebody based off of rumors from an article? You don't even know her. Like, yeah, Alex was killing me. It's not that serious. She wasn't even all up in your face anyway. Like, yeah, he was feeling himself like he's all that. He's fucking up. I'm so sorry. Like, he really needs to chill out. He does too much. He does too much. A little bit for me. And then they were talking about, like, he basically based his information on an article about her past relationship that she was in. He was basically prejudging her and didn't want to talk to her or be around her like that because of that reason. But like I said, it's pretty stupid not to like somebody based on an article. Someone can lie in an article and say someone's doing this and another, but unless you know her personally or know the ex-boyfriend personally and have the real information, it's no telling what is true and what's not true. So for me, I just kind of hypocritical, kind of stupid. Like, it's a rumor. Like, you don't know whether it's true or not, but yeah, you're making the assumption that it is true. And then now you don't want to talk to her in the house. She haven't done nothing to you, haven't tried to do nothing to you. She been talking to you a little bit. She thinks you're attractive, but that's all it is. And I don't like people like that, because you're prejudging her for what reason? Oh, the article says she was stalking him. You don't know if she really stalked him, and the ex could be lying for all you know. You have no proof. Yeah, I don't like Alex, like, a little bit. He's showing that he's got some serious problems. Like, what is your reason behind not liking someone because of an article? Like, and they were saying in the house, Jasmine and Jordan, who actually know her, said that she was not stalking him. She called him maybe 18 times, but 18 times is not stalking somebody, though. She just wanted to talk to him, and 18 times is not a lot of times to call someone. I've dealt with stalking before, and the person called me more than 80 or 90 times. So 18 times is nothing. It's kind of excessive, you could say, a little bit, but it's not stalking. People that stalk you call you way more than freaking 18 times. And that, furthermore, they admitted, her friends who were in the situation, seeing things for what it was, said that she was in a toxic relationship, so they were not good for each other, and they weren't in a good situation, and they weren't meant to be together. So that was part of it. Then in the episode, so during the episode, it's like really dry, so I don't have much to say. So the next thing that happened in episodes that they're talking about having boys' night and a girls' night, and they're just talking about the drinking thing again. And here goes Hollis telling Jasmine, make sure you come in before, you get her in before, 3 a.m. That's all I'm saying, because she is, that's all I'm saying. And then, Shawnee's kept saying, how she is when she drinking. He's like, how is she when she drinking? I'm like, they basically said that he met her during pandemic. So Jasmine, how she is, her friends were saying the confessionals and stuff, that how she is in the confessional, like not confessional, but how she is during drinking time is totally different, when she's drinking with her friends, than how she was with him when he met her during pandemic time, because everybody had to be inside and stuff like that. So that's the only thing. So this episode was lackluster. It was very boring. And there was nothing to the episode. So if you have any comments, just like, comment, subscribe. And this episode is very dry. It's kind of boring. They let go of the 2 firecrackers in the house, so now it's going to be kind of like dry. But I guess 2 other people are coming in next week. So some girl named Summer and a guy named Anthony. So it's going to bring more drama, and then Simon's going to be coming. Miss Bria's boyfriend. So like, comment, subscribe. Tell me what you think of the video. Talk to you later, YouTube.